So I just want to begin this segment by making a standing offer. I will pay a substantial sum of money to any crew member who can smuggle out any archives showing what happens during the so-called button moments where they basically wipe what Ethan Klein said in the last 30 seconds from the stream. Anyone who manages to smuggle out unedited footage of these moments, I will pay you a substantial sum of money for it. Anyway, apart from that, so Hila Klein is complaining now that she is called the Raider of Ramallah. I am extremely proud to say that I coined this label for her. So I want to explain why she is factually the Raider of Ramallah. They're calling me this name that is literally based on something that I factually did. It's so unfair. That's what these people are like. Like, how dare you call me this? What's next? You're going to murder someone and complain that you get called a murderer? Like, if you don't want to be called the Raider of Ramallah, why did you raid Ramallah? Watch this.
It is, like, every time I post, it's like, the Raider of Ramallah is, that's what they call me.
That's the part I can't believe is, like, he's just doing a dog pile. It's like a needless dog pile.
Why shouldn't you be called the Raider of Ramallah? Did you not raid Ramallah? Let us look into the antecedents for why Hila Klein is called the Raider of Ramallah. So Hila Klein joined the Israeli military as technically as voluntary service, so obviously you can refuse if you want. She had a desk job in Tel Aviv. She thought it was boring, so she asked to be transferred to somewhere more exciting. She got transferred to the occupied West Bank, and she said this regarding that.
So I decided to do that, and if I don't like the second one, then I'll just find a way to get out of the army.
It was that bad?
Yeah.
So she said that if she didn't like where she got reassigned to, she would have found a way to get out of the army. She didn't end up doing that, so it's safe to say that she liked where she got assigned to, which was the illegally occupied West Bank, where her job was essentially to help and to actively terrorize Palestinians. She was a member of a terrorist organization participating in terrorist actions and planning them. So in this clip, Hila Klein talks about how she volunteered to go on a raid.
Secretary work there?
So, yeah, I was the secretary of the head of the... there's like a... I don't know the terms in English from the army.
Right.
So she was the secretary of the commander responsible for the illegal terrorist occupation of the Palestinian city of Ramallah. That is a pretty high up fucking position. Like one with more responsibility than the average soldier would even have in the terrorist organization.
Who's a officer?
So I was in Dukhifat, which is like a brigade, I guess, that's in charge of the area of Ramallah. And that brigade has like a main officer. So I was his secretary.
You notice at this time, even Ethan acknowledges how important her role was, how high up she was.
Okay, so you were right below the big boy.
They were happy to say this when there was no pushback for it, when Zionism was more okay in their circle of YouTube.
So it was nice. It was interesting. It was more demanding in a way, but also kind of more rewarding because you're put in this weird situation where
it's so much more rewarding because you get to terrorize people directly.
Like you're away from your house. You have this new group of people that you have to get along with, and
she talks about this like it's a fucking summer camp. By the way,
interesting.
Israeli society is disgusting.
I enjoyed it more.
You told me once you went on like a mission with them to like a terrorist city.
Terrorist city. That's how these people refer to Palestinians. Everyone's a fucking terrorist for them. Anyone not white is a terrorist.
Yeah.
That was kind of a crazy story.
Yeah. My officers and like the soldiers in that brigade, they would go every night on a raid.
Right.
She says raid right there, right?
In Ramallah to arrest terrorists.
So they would go on a raid in Ramallah to arrest terrorists. To be clear, this is not arresting terrorists. This is terrorism and kidnapping. So I want to say something very, very clear here. Hila Klein was a participant in a terrorist attack that resulted in a kidnapping in illegally occupied territory. Do we know where her victims are? She should be interrogated. She should honestly be arrested and be interrogated so that we can find out What happened to these people? She was literally involved in a forced disappearance. This is someone who has information regarding a literal fucking international crime against humanity, and she's just quiet about it.
And so I always saw them preparing for it and leaving, and then I would stay in the
She organized
base.
it. Her role was to organize these activities, by the way. A secretary, like under the fucking literal commander of this entire city, in charge of terrorizing this city. She's a direct participant. Again, as a secretary of the literal commander of this city, she was a more direct participant in terms of her overall responsibility than just the boots on the ground were.
So one time I wanted to go with them just to experience it.
Why? You just were all of a sudden...
She wanted to go on the raid. She wanted to go.
I just wanted to see what it's like.
Right.
I wanted to see it.
Okay.
So they took me with them one night, even though they weren't supposed to.
Did they armor your ass up?
You're driving in this like Jeep that's bulletproof.
Right.
So I was in the Jeep, and then as soon as we entered Ramallah, the people in the city started shooting us.
The people in the city just started shooting at you. What actually more than likely happened is kids threw rocks at them because they are entering their city to terrorize it.
Wow.
And I heard like a bullet hit the Jeep like right next to my head.
Did it like dent or just
No, you just hear it.
It's a gnarly armored Jeep.
Gnarly.
Okay.
Gnarly Jeep to terrorize.
And I mean, it was just interesting.
It was just interesting.
So someone...
And this is her recounting the literal kidnapping that she participated in.
Oh yeah, not really. But even if I walked with them to one house.
Okay.
I did get out of the car once, but surrounded with them. So.
Okay. Did they arrest anyone that night?
They did.
Did they bring it in the same car with you?
No.
So she was involved in a literal fucking terrorist kidnapping. A terrorist attack followed by a kidnapping. So, Raider of Ramallah, Hila Klein, that is not just like a mean insult. That's a statement of fact. Hila Klein literally raided Ramallah, and they have on their fucking YouTube channel with 1.2 million views just a video of her openly stating that. They call me the Raider of Ramallah. Why did you raid Ramallah then? What's next? Is fucking Adolf Hitler gonna complain when he's called the leader of the Holocaust? It's a statement of fact. You are the Raider of Ramallah. You will be the Raider of Ramallah forever because you raided Ramallah. And I am proud of being the one to have labeled you with that, and I'm so proud of how it's spread. Shouldn't have raided Ramallah, terrorist. But always remember, we need to hear from her victims. This is the important thing here. Hila Klein, what happened to your victims? The people who you kidnapped. Where are they now? Were they ever seen again? This is something that you need to address. Terrorist kidnapper. The fact that she's just let off the hook for this when she literally was involved in a fucking international terrorist ring undertaking a kidnapping of a random person. Unreal. The fact that she has the audacity to complain about it. Unreal. Raider of Ramallah is honestly a nice term for you. Terrorizer of Ramallah, the kidnapper of Ramallah. That's more like it.